Hello everyone. Today, once again, it's time for more Bortnikov. Just, I think, a few days ago, I saw a post by Dimitri on Instagram announcing his new collection he will be bringing to Dubai exposition to introduce. And the main gist of the musing was that this collection will be more catered to wider crowds, meaning they will be more mass appealing, easier to wear, probably fresher. He states that they will remain as good quality as ever, but yeah, I call bullshit on that. So basically, all my hope and goodwill with Utkinam has been crushed with this post. I guess Bortnikov is continuing to do his best impression of Raja Dove. I understand it, maybe it's a business, maybe he feels like he lost the race against other artisanal houses, and now he's trying to be just another mass-produced retailer store fragrance. I don't know. It deeply saddens me, and in the eve of this post and this seemingly new, or maybe not new, continued direction, I wanted to talk about some good old Bortnikov fragrances, and maybe some more reviews will come in the future, but today I would like to talk about Tabac Dore. And this is, by the way, second Bortnikov presentation. I like this one. Cool inside, velvety box, black. It's admittedly very similar in design to Fragrance Du Bois presentation, but I find this one was pretty cool and luxurious. In my previous videos, I mentioned that I will try to introduce you to what look for in Bortnikov fragrances to get an old enough batch. Tabac Dore never came in wooden cap, it only came in metal cap. So if you would look at this cap, you see it is smooth here. So that's what you want. If you're buying a Bortnikov that is not wood cap, you should be looking for one that is not like a screw here, but smooth with signature of Bortnikov. Ideally, you would look for this type of cap with smaller box, but in some cases, even with the big box, the formulations are still fine, but these go case by case. So as far as Tabac Dore goes, if you get it with a smooth cap, you should be alright. So what is Tabac Dore? As name says out front, it's a tobacco forward fragrance. To be fair, I'm not a very big fan of tobacco fragrances. I have a few that I enjoy, and this is one of them, but I am not what you could call a tobacco head. Most of the time I lean more other ways. But also I'm not a smoker. I do not smoke, except once a year or 2 years, if the occasion is right, something major has happened, I smoke a cigar. And this, let's say, hobby of one cigar a year is what made me buy this fragrance, because the tobacco note here, it's photorealistic smell of unlit cigar. If you take a cigar and you just smell it like this is exactly the main core of this fragrance. Maybe I'm not very versed in tobacco fragrances, but in all my exploration of perfumery, I never ever smelled so photorealistic cigar tobacco smell in my life. Another fragrance that has this tobacco like cigar like tobacco smell is Feels Oud Balsam. But if you saw my Oud Grand review, it's because Oud Balsam is basically this DNA, just a little bit modernized, a lot weaker, and a lot more expensive. So again, I will mention this as I did in my Oud Grand review. If you like Oud Balsam, don't buy it. It's not worth it. Just get a little bit older version of Tabac Dore. So yeah, main appeal of this fragrance is the photorealistic cigar tobacco smell. I love it. Other than that, we have quite a huge dose of vanilla. As you can all probably know by now, tobacco and vanilla is a combo made in heaven. Like wood and rose, tobacco goes with vanilla. Tom Ford tobacco, vanille, for example, and many hundreds of others. So Bortnikov here didn't invent the wheel, but using the cigar type, humidor type tobacco smell is for my personal experience very unique, very interesting. The wood here I can smell. It's not too animalic, and given that tobacco itself is a very complex material and can give very unique and different facets, wood being the same, a combination of these two, in my opinion, work wonders. By smelling this, sometimes I am not even sure if it's the wood that's doing the magic or if it's tobacco. For me, again, personally, and keep in mind this is my personal channel, so all these opinions are mine and basically all subjective. I hold this very high on Bortnikov Mount Rushmore, even though it's a little bit modern formulation. It was, as I said, released after the wooden cap era of Bortnikov. I would probably hold it top 3 or top 4 of all Bortnikovs. I also hold it as my favorite tobacco scented scent. Again, given I have not smelled a lot of them, my second favorite would probably be Shirgu by Serge Lutens. Review coming sometime in the future, surely. And that's probably it. I would say these two are my favorite. I need to mention I never smelled Rumi by Ansarud, so maybe my opinions will change once I try that one. But since I haven't, please don't leave mean comments that I'm praising Bortnikov whilst I should be praising Ansarud. I don't know how good or bad the reformulation of this one is. From other people I heard the performance is now trash. I don't know. This one performs pretty well. It's not beast mode by any means because it's immensely natural. You know, same old, same old. I won't surprise you here. Natural perfumes, if not soaked in musk or ambergris to the brim, most of the time last about 6 hours. This one lasts about the same, but given the complexity of tobacco and oud and vanilla, it is extremely opulent, extremely full aroma. It is in good old Bortnikov fashion quite easy to like. that's why I feel saddened by these new notions of making his fragrances even more mass appealing. Why? Outside of like maybe Oud Maximus and I don't know, some few others, let's say, most of Laud, okay, outside of Oud Maximus and Laud, most of Bortnikov's creations, even the vintage ones, were already quite mass appealing for artisanal, extremely well made. As I said before, I hold Bortnikov Dmitry as a best perfumer. He did best quality blends, closest to professional trained perfumers in my opinion. So making these new scents, which I have not smelled, let's make it clear, I'm just guessing, let's say, making these new blends even more mass appealing, in my opinion, it's probably just hiding the fact that he's reducing the quality of the scents. He is probably not using as much or at all wood. I don't know, these have not been announced yet, but from my experience from his last attempt of this in the cologne with colorful blacks and wood lafa or whatever the case has been, they were complete flops, not even worth of any attention. Maybe I will do a hate video one day, but not in the mood for this at the moment. Anyways, so yeah, I don't understand this direction at all. Well, I understand it from business perspective. Maybe he needs to find new ways to be profitable. It's on him. But as far as us, his true fans, true artisanal niche heads that were buying these fragrances for years, I have many bottles of Bortnikov. I can't remember now how much, but more than 10, let's say. I won't be buying any more Bortnikovs. I will try the Siberia sample if I can get it, but after this new post, my spirits are down on Bortnikov, and well, sorry to make this maybe not so positive in nature video. Despite the current situation, I still hold Tabac Dore very high. I recommend you to sample it with this smooth cap. Don't risk with the screw looking one. And as I did with my previous video, I really hope that someday, one day, Bortnikov will decide to return to the form and be an artisanal house as it was always, and just stop being the best Rojhead of impression he can be, because he can't. So yeah, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and goodbye.